Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to Warzone number 393. My name is Torrance Davis. I'm your host. You're watching the Jeezy Cam. I'm finishing up a piece of beef jerky here, so you have to excuse me. It's one of the healthy snacks I can have. Raw protein. And not fill myself up with carbohydrates. It's great. Well, let's switch over and, oh, there we go. Who's that? D-Tate, what's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a while. Damn, how long has it been? D-Tate. D-Tate. All right, so I got some things going on. There's some news. It hasn't been a completely dead week. There's been some stuff going on. So, a few weeks, he says. What about before that? Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, here we go. Amory says, I went from, wait, that was August 4th he posted it in here, but I'm going to put it in here. I must have missed this during that show. Hold on a second. He says he went from 284 to 272 just cutting calories down. There's protein in beans. Right. Yeah, there's protein in other things. But you don't want me eating beans all day. They'll have to register me as a dangerous weapon. Beans are a good vegetable protein, though. I've sometimes added them to salad, but I don't mind beef jerky or whatever. All right, D. Tate, you're back. I'm sorry, D. Tate. I'm getting old. I see a name I remember that I haven't really seen in a while, and I go crazy. But I guess I have seen it in a while. And happy birthday to you, QL. How old are you now? 52? Oh, 39. Okay. So you're over the hill. Woo! Down to 267 now. Slow down a little. Yeah, you're going to slow down a little. I've been maintaining at about 372, which is unbelievable because for the last 5 or 6 years, I was maintaining a high 389, not even, probably a high 389 to 395, and now I'm maintaining around 372. It's the carbs, man. The carbs will get you every time, and I'm talking about breads, pastas, things like that. If you eat breads and pasta on the regular, like daily, you're gonna get fat, unless you got the metabolism of a fucking rabbit. But you cut out the carbs and the pastas. Don't eat a lot of bread. Don't eat a lot of sandwiches. Eat a salad at least once a day. Have a big salad, and you'll keep the weight off, and you'll feel better. You know, sometimes I do have, like on the weekends, I'll have a little bit of, maybe have some rice with Chinese food or something like that, but it's not a regular thing. Once in a while, I'll have pasta, but on a daily basis, like I'll wake up and I'll have like either a fruit smoothie or a banana and some coffee. And I'll try to find a place to have a salad or something decent for lunch. And maybe a salad and animal protein product for dinner. And it's really helped to keep that extra weight off. It's kept me in the zone. So the next step is weight training. So the weight training will burn the extra calories for me and bring me down to that next zone, which will be the 350s that I'm trying to get to. It's great. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing?
How's my sound?
It's actually normal for the first time in 20 years.
20 years.
It's not too high. It's not too high.
You remember 1999?
Yep. I got some things I want to talk about tonight. So, I brought something back this week that I haven't brought. I decided today that I said, "Oh, let me just. This is how I'll add this back to the show." I'm bringing back. Hey, what's up, Sorries? Sorries is great. I'm bringing back Fanboy of the Week. So, with any impending console, fanboys come out of the woodwork, and there's dudes out there already talking about PS5 killing PC and this and that. There was an article this week about the PlayStation 5 could completely kill the PC market. I gotta find this article for you because I almost lost my shit when I saw it. I'm like, what? What the fuck is right? What? Let me see if I can find that. It was hilarious. And I'm
All they
like,
could do is benefit PC market, right?
PC market benefits from everything because
Well, I'm saying the more powerful a console, the better the PC market is.
counsel, QL still says counsel, like you just got beat up and you need counseling.
I do need counseling
So
right now.
somebody's just got beat up or raped or whatever. They go to QL for counseling, and he gives them a fucking video game system to play.
I do. I give them the PlayStation Classic. In fact,
So the article states PlayStation 5 has the potential to kill the PC gaming industry.
oh my god,
PlayStation 5 has the potential to kill the PC gaming industry.
who is this website so I can put them on my block list?
It's hold on a second. There's the link to the story. Oh, you know what? Whenever I post links in Restream, they disappear. Are you guys seeing them?
I'm not seeing it in.
Oh,
at
Jesus.
least not in the chat over
So
here.
the Restream chat, for some reason, kills links, and I don't know why. So I'll put it here, and I'll put it on Discord. Let the music play. Hey.
Who the fuck are these people anyway? CCN Markets?
So, he's a nobody. I'm gonna start a blog. that's who they are. So let me. So they go on. So there were some tweets this week. So this happens every console generation. Specs get leaked, and pundits go out there and start getting hyped over specs, over numbers, over white paper numbers. We saw this happen. We saw this happen with the PlayStation 3 and 360, right? We saw it happen. Well, it really didn't happen with the Xbox One because everybody was comparing them to the PlayStation specs, and because the numbers were lower, they weren't getting hyped. They were getting worried. But you know, they got hyped with PlayStation 4. Every generation, PlayStation has promised something major and didn't deliver. So
the Matrix.
Back in the 360 day or the PlayStation 3 days, they promised. Ken Kutaragi, I think, said something about some crazy frame rate. I can't remember.
Did they promise like it would age SD content to
no,
fucking HD content?
No, not even that. They said something about frame rate. I can't remember what it was. It was fucking insane.
It was like 120 or 240.
Yeah. It was like not even their cheap-looking indie games went that frame rate. So that was, and I don't think Ken Kutaragi was being serious. I think he was just being hyperbolic. And then
everything he says is hyperbolic.
Last gen, Mark Cerny said, "Get ready for 1080p 60 gaming." Mark, we're still waiting. We're still waiting for every game to be 1080p 60. Same goes for Xbox to a lesser extent because they had problems getting games to 1080p until the Xbox One X came out.
Now we're getting a lot of 1080p 60 on the Xbox One X, which is kind of nice.
But either way, every generation, people have stated, whether they're bloggers, fanboys, whatever, that the PlayStation's gonna kill the PC industry. The PC industry, as Emery's saying, yeah, you'll get 2 jobs to afford the PlayStation 3. It has Linux. It's a supercomputer. The second one is funnier because it has Linux, and we removed it and got sued. I have a $10 check to prove it. So And everybody knows that. And I'm gonna keep it as real as I can tonight.
Keeping it real.
I love video games.
Stupid.
I love video games. I've been playing video games since the 70s, and that's a long fucking time. I appreciate what developers do, this and that. I started off console gaming and switched to PC gaming. I wouldn't say switch, but started doing PC gaming sometime in the early 2000s, late 90s.
A late bloomer, I see.
No, actually, no. It was definitely the late 90s when I started PC gaming heavily.
80s for me.
Will you
King's Quest
feed
1 and 2.
Feed that baby?
It was a meow meows.
Well, give him some snacks or something. What the hell's wrong with your cat?
Look, the cat's named Meow Meow.
Take care of your pussy, man. That's the problem with you, QL. You don't be taking care of your pussy. Take care of your pussy, so it'll shut up. Anyway. So I've been doing this a long time, and I love games. I don't have as much time as I used to play video games, which isn't really a bad thing. But I have a badass PC. I have a PlayStation 4. I have the Xbox, and I hate what consoles have become. I really do. I hate what consoles have become. I don't like this emphasis on day one DLC. I don't like this emphasis on dumbing down games because and telling people, well, the developers wanted it 30 frames per second. Bull fucking shit.
Excuses.
The developers had no choice but to make it 30 frames a second. And even with and now that you got the PlayStation Pro and the Xbox One X, yeah, you can push that 60 frames per second barrier. But it took them literally almost a whole generation to get there. And this was promised back in 2013. This is what I hate about it. And yes, Emery's right. Freaking Google thinks they really want another crack at OnLive. Only way more expensive. Google, I'll tell you this. I'm going to give Google this. Google's an established company. OnLive wasn't. Google has the infrastructure to do it. OnLive didn't.
Google really doesn't have the infrastructure to do it.
Google definitely has the infrastructure to do it.
No, they don't.
In comparison to OnLive?
I mean, in comparison to OnLive,
yes.
In comparison to Microsoft and Amazon,
no,
they're so far behind. It's
dude. Nobody even mentioned Microsoft and Amazon. I'm just talking Google and OnLive. OnLive didn't have shit. They were a startup company. They came out and they wanted to take over the world, and they didn't have the infrastructure to do it. That's why it's dead. Google has the money, the backing, and the infrastructure to actually make this work. But the thing is it something that gamers want? I don't think so. They didn't even want it when NVIDIA started doing it. NVIDIA has low latency on their streaming.
Not yet.
But I don't think anybody wants it.
I do. In the future, like in 30 or 40 years, I want it.
In 30 or 40 years, you're going to need a bedpan.
Maybe I'll be in Fiverr. I'll be in Fiverr technology, full immersive virtual reality, and then I won't even give a fuck. They can clean my ass while playing a game.
Hey, everybody.
This is Daniel
Lawson. Over at New Beginnings Senior Home.
And
everybody come look. I'm streaming E3. And they finally released a streaming system that's kick-ass. I can't wait to buy it. That's going to be you.
Oh, my God.
So this guy writes this article. PlayStation 5 has the potential to kill the PC gaming industry. And what is he? Where does he go? He goes to the tweets that everybody has seen. So some guy named Kamachi, he types Oberon A0. I have no idea what that means. He says
that's the code name.
Generation 0 was 800 gigahertz. Generation 1 was 911 gigahertz. Generation 2 is 2 gigahertz. So every fucking pony's flipping balls over these numbers, right? This is almost like when they announced that the DDR5, it was number 1, it was going to be DDR5, and number 2 was going to be 8 gigabytes RAM. They went fucking nuts, and they didn't even know what DDR meant. Okay? You can't, I'm sorry, you can argue this with me. You can't be a console gamer in 2013 and not play on PC at all and know what DDR means. You can't. There's no fucking way. How do you know what DDR means? Because typically people who are in the PCs know what all the shit is that goes inside. So we knew what DDR was because we upgrade PCs, we build PCs. If you're a console gamer and you're not upgrading PCs, you're not building PCs, you're not going to know what fucking DDR means. They announced DDR5 for PlayStation 4 and people went fucking nuts. Oh my God, it's DDR4! And I heard the Xbox is only DDR3. It's a bigger number, so it must be better. Yeah, they went fucking nuts, and I was cracking up. I'm like, you motherfuckers don't know what DDR means. Like, you know what I should have done when they announced that and I did the Warzone? Like, I should have had, like, Hip Hop Gamer and a couple other people come on. Like, all right, tell me what DDR stands for.
Double data rate.
Why did you say that?
Because I'm drunk.
Because you want people to know that you know what it means?
Yeah, remember Rambus? Remember that fucking joke of a memory? The Intel fact.
So anyway, this tweet goes out, right? And then the other pundits read this tweet and start commenting on it. So everybody knows Parrot, right? Is it Parrot?
Yeah, he got fucking destroyed, by the way.
What are you talking about?
He got destroyed. Fucking, I guess someone posted all his posts about how fucking the developers for what's that PlayStation exclusive? That's like Tomb Raider. Uncharted. I guess the Uncharted developers told him to stop fucking spreading rumors that weren't true.
No, they told Hip Hop Gamer that.
No, they told him to stop doing it.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Someone posted it.
Someone the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
no.
They told him. They politely told him to stop talking.
Let me tell you something. Parrot he pretty much always has good information. I know this.
Dude,
I know this because I've seen all the leaks and stuff that he's posted, and it was typically 99.9% accurate. I can't imagine Naughty Dog calling this guy out. This guy,
they did.
He's
they
not.
Did,
but the thing is, he doesn't even work in the industry. So how would Naughty Dog even know who he is?
Because he was spreading enough shit that it got back to the fucking developers. Yeah.
You find
the actual Naughty Dog fucking account.
You find that tweet.
All right, I'll find it.
Because I know they did. I know. Was it Naughty Dog? No, it was Insomniac said that to Hip Hop Gamer because before E3 he said Insomniac was going to have something at E3 and it said we're not going to have anything at E3, shut the fuck up. So I remember that. But anyway, I don't remember anybody ever saying anything bad about Parrot. But anyway, so he posted on this Kamachi link and said, breaking, this is PS5. According to this leak, the GPU will be clocked at an insane 2 gigahertz. This equates to 9.2 teraflops on the RDNA architecture, or roughly 14 teraflops on the GCN architecture, aka over double the power of the Xbox One X, almost RTX 2080 power. In English, it's very powerful, because nobody knows what he's talking about with the DNA and stuff. So it's very powerful, but this goes with everything, and when these new consoles come out, people make these comments and they get excited. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting excited over the PS5. If you're a gamer and new shit's coming out, you're gonna get excited about that. People are gonna get excited. That's cool. I got no issue with that. I don't have any issue with these tweets. These people are posting information and stuff. My issue is when these idiots take this information and create an article stating from that information I just gave you that the PlayStation 5 has the potential to kill the gaming industry. Clearly it's clickbait. Obviously we know all this. And this guy just he takes these tweets and puts this article together. The PS5 can deliver a telling blow to the PC gaming industry. PC gamers are just going to stop doing what they're doing on PC and buy PlayStation 5. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? As soon as you do that, then you got to buy a new console every 6 to 7 years. You don't have to build a new PC every 6 to 7 years. My PC right now, I built this PC 2014, I think, 2015. And I just because I had an opportunity, I upgraded the video card, but I didn't need to do that. You know? So these articles crack me up. But None of this is the fanboy. So the fanboy of the week, some dude named Yakuza Ninja 4K posted an animated GIF from the Last of Us 2 reveal, which was I think 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. Posted a GIF from this. This is what he says. No word of a lie, I haven't seen a single game on PC that tops The Last of Us Part 2 when it comes to animation, lighting, and overall visuals. Just imagine the possibilities on PS5. And I'm like, wait a minute. I can understand this statement if the dude actually played the game, if the game was actually out. And I'm like, you're basing this off of a demo you saw at E3 being streamed on Twitch and YouTube. The guy is talking like he's either working with Naughty Dog and he has the game and he's playing it. And I'm just like, you can't be making statements like that, man. It makes you look stupid. And then when people were refuting his claims, he started calling them pedophiles and shit. So
that sounds like calling someone racist for having a different opinion.
So some PC dude comes in, I guess, and calls him a woman beater. And I don't know why. So then he responds and calls this guy Mr. Pedo. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
That's the fucking left, dude.
Left, dude. It's not politics at all. These are fucking
it's politics, dude.
No.
It may not be politics in here, but it comes from the political spectrum.
No, these are immature fanboys. Okay,
dude, it comes from the political spectrum.
This thread is Pony versus PC Master Race. They're two fanboys, and I don't claim it's political at all. It's just
I think it's 100%.
It's just these are the type of guys that make gamers look bad. So anyway, fanboy of the week goes to Yakuza Ninja 4K. So I had to kind of retort to this. Let me read some of these things. Don't these jackasses understand that a PC is an open platform that's ever changing and evolving, and a console is fixed? Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Sorries. And you mean GDDR too? Yes, I meant GDDR, not DDR. Sorry, I meant GDDR. GDDR is the memory that's used on GPUs, where DDR is the memory that's used in computers. Thank you for correcting me on that. And he says, you got to admit, Tar, 2 gigahertz on a GPU inside an APU is insane. Here's the here I thought the earlier leaked 1.8 gigahertz was stupid high for a console. Oh, do I think 2 gigahertz is high for a console? Yes, but in 2020, when the console comes out, 2 gigahertz is going to be an afterthought.
At 7 nanometers, yeah,
it's an afterthought. This is the other thing I wanted to point out, that anytime a new console comes out, when you're getting specs on dev kits, you're getting specs on what the hardware is possibly going to be. Those are paper specs. And paper specs don't mean that the games are going to be, 200 frames per second, whatever you think they are, whatever you think that many teraflops can do. They're specs. And the thing is, when these specs are released, they're released very early in the development cycle of that console. By the time the PlayStation 5 and Xbox 2, whatever, come out, PlayStation 5 comes out at 2 gigahertz in the fall of 2020, that 2 gigahertz is going to be a complete afterthought on PC. Because PC, I wrote a whole thing, 10 reasons why PC gaming is better than console. Now, these 10 reasons that I wrote are not opinions. They're facts. Okay? And I'm not like, I know there's people out there that prefer console over PC, and that's cool. There are people that prefer PC over console. But I want people to get the facts straight, okay? Because every gen, this shit happens. Every gen, people start making up all this shit, And, Joel, stop bringing politics into this shit. You're fucking up the chat with politics. Stop talking that shit. I got to read some messages in here. Let's see what we got here. Somebody said Far Cry 231. What? Assassin's Creed 42 set in the late 70s. Mike Madden says Thudway. It's Thuway. I think you got the name wrong or he's dissing him. Oh, yeah, I'm going to talk about that David Jaffe thing. Jaffe went full fanboy today.
Jaffe needs to stop his shit.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, come on.
You can't. A fucking developer needs to make some money.
You can't be saying that shit if you're a well-known developer. So anyway, Mike Madden says I will drop $500 on a PS5 launch day. You're probably going to be dropping more than $500, Mike Madden. Let's see here. Where do we go? 2 gigahertz is pretty good for a GPU. Yep, it is definitely. Emery says all I know is games are not original, or they're messed up new version of a thing, like the new Wolfenstein mess, and they're huge and buggy, and I'm just tired of it all. Yeah, I hear you. And he says Jaffe is a dumb old man. Now he needs to quit trying to be an edgy boy. All right, so here's my 10 reasons why PC gaming is better than console. And there is a particular order. So I already said this one. PC is always next generation. So the thing about PC is right now they're putting all this cool stuff in the PlayStation 5. Cool stuff that the PC is going to have next month. You know, PC's always next gen. They're always... how many video card iterations are there a year? Like 3 or 4?
It really depends.
Yeah. So PC's always next generation. So you're always ahead of the game on PC, and you're always getting the best of the best on PC. That's a fact.
Not always.
Always.
Sometimes we get fucked because the companies in charge are like.
You're just talking about you're talking about the actual games. I'm not talking about.
No, we're talking. I'm talking about the actual hardware.
Oh, here.
Like
hold on, stop. Wait, let me read your mind. This is where QL says something negative about Nvidia. Go ahead.
No, I was actually going to talk about Intel because Nvidia hasn't been so bad until recently.
I'm sorry, Intel, AMD's nemesis.
So
go ahead.
AMD has been fucking off the map as far as CPUs have gone. So if there's no competition in a market, then there's no improvement. 10% for fucking every generation of Intel product was garbage, dude. And then you had to pay that higher price rate. It would take the fucking good CPUs and put them in the server market, you know, so you had to pay $1,000 for fucking 8 cores, 16 threads. And then AMD came out and said, hey, look at this, $500, 8 cores, 16 threads. And that threw the whole shit. So AMD needs to get their ass in gear when it comes to GPUs so that this fucking GPU market can get back down to reasonable levels like it was 10 years
AMD's
ago.
job as being competition to NVIDIA is they need to force NVIDIA's hand. And they can't do it if they're not rising above what NVIDIA is doing and do it better. And not to say that NVIDIA's got a perfect record, that their shit's fucked up too.
NVIDIA's a shady-ass company,
I'll admit their shit's fucked up too. Pretty shady, especially when they released those cards when you weren't able to use all the memory on the card.
Remember 3DFX?
Yeah. So I'm happy with my Titan. My Freddy Titan. Where's Freddy? I have no plans on upgrading to anything anytime soon. I'm happy with my machine. It's a fucking beast. I'm still seeing triple digits on frame rates, even on new games. I love it. So anyway, PC's always next gen. It's undeniable. I mean, that's a fact. So while PS5 and Xbox 2 are next gen consoles, their technology is already old by the time they come out. So whenever the chips get done, whatever AMD's doing with these consoles is done, that shit already moves on to PC. And we're able to buy it ahead of the game. Emery says 10. Ryzen is the shit. Ryzen 16 cores for $400. NVIDIA and AMD both got their nuts kicked when cryptocurrency mining got taken over by Raspberry Pi. Super clutches. Suddenly their $700 card wasn't worth $700 anymore. Yeah, and that's when the video card prices went back to normal again. I hated that shit. Okay, number 9. PC has Steam. I don't even need to explain it. PC has Steam.
Steam is fucking dog shit.
There's
man.
nothing. There's nothing on console like Steam. Right? Yeah,
There's
exactly.
something on PC like Steam, though.
What? The
I don't
Microsoft
know.
the Microsoft Windows Store.
What are you talking about? GOG.com, bro, where you can fucking download your games and put them
But
on a disc and
but
not have to worry about it.
QL, what do you get on GOG?
A shit ton of fucking games, dude.
PC games, right?
They own CD Red.
Right?
So if you buy a CD Red game on GOG, they get 100% of the money.
Right.
Just go. If you want to buy a game,
That's where I bought
bought
The Witcher. The Witcher 3, I bought it on GOG. But that's on
I bought
PC.
The Witcher 3 for $30.
But that's on PC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 9.2. 9.2. PC has GOG. Okay, you happy?
Xbox has Game Pass Ultimate.
Right. But I want to.
I have to fucking say something. Right?
Here's where some people are gonna disagree with me. Number 8. Most console exclusives are on PC.
Yes.
Now I say this is because of Microsoft for the most part, but the majority, and I shouldn't even use the words majority, but I can actually get away with this, but the majority of console exclusive third-party games on Xbox and PlayStation are on PC. Nier, fucking Hellblade. Well, I guess Hellblade came. Was Hellblade released on PlayStation and PC at the same time, or was that staggered?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
I think it was a console exclusive, but I'm not sure. If PC got
Nier,
released at the same time.
the David Cage games just recently came out on PC. Plus all the indie titles, pretty much every indie title, big indie title that comes out is on PC. So you get the best of both worlds on PC. So it's not like, I'm just saying. I mean, if you absolutely have to play God of War, you got to get a PlayStation.
Now.
If you have to play Nier, you don't got to get a PlayStation.
Nope.
If you have to play Spider-Man, you got to get a PlayStation.
For now.
If
the emulation comes out.
Yeah, and pretty much, I can't think of any Xbox games that are not on PC now. So, if you have to play 360 games that are backward compatible, you got to get an Xbox One X.
That is true.
How about that?
That is true. And the X enhancements are actually really nice.
The X enhancements are really nice, but we already have those on PC.
Well, you don't have
Yeah, we do.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Don't have
no,
what?
You don't. Look, I'm too drunk to remember the name of the game
Exactly.
about cowboys.
Oh,
Cowboy game.
Red Dead?
Red Dead. That's right. Red Dead Redemption.
If you have to have Red Dead, you got to get a console. Yes. You got to get an Xbox or a PlayStation for Red Dead.
Fuck those people who developed it. It should have been on PC a long time ago, man.
Yeah.
Think of all the mods for that game.
I'll get back to you, Saris, on Modern Warfare. Number 7. PC has better frame rates. It's
Definitely.
There's no argument there.
There is no argument.
PC has better graphics. Now, don't come in and say that you think that God of War looks better than anything you've seen on PC. That's not what I'm talking about. When I say better graphics,
stupid.
When I say better graphics, they have better graphics. There are things you can do on PC graphically that you can't do on console. Ray tracing is one of them. PC for now, yes. PC has more options. Meaning, I don't even want to discuss it. The list is too long. There's more things you can do in terms of gaming with PC. More controllers. You can use a PlayStation controller. You can use an Xbox controller. There's more steering wheels available for the PC, high-end steering wheels. They got better VR and more VR on PC. There's more things you can do with graphics. It just goes on and on and on and on.
You can choose which graphics means the most to you.
Yes. Yep, exactly.
If you're a dumbass, you choose fucking resolution over texture. So.
I wouldn't say that's a dumbass. That's just a preference.
That's dumbass. You always go with texture over resolution every time.
Depends on the user.
I mean, if you're a dumbass, then you're that user who chooses resolution over graphics.
No, I don't call people dumb for having a preference.
Look, there's preferences, and then there's being stupid.
But it's not stupid. Stupid is jumping out of a plane without a parachute.
Look, and
Okay.
that's the same thing as choosing resolution over texture.
And if I'm upsetting console gamers that are listening, please just bear with me. In 30 minutes, we're gonna do the top 10 reasons why PlayStation's better than Xbox. So just sit tight. Okay. So number 4, PC has more modding tools than console. There's no argument there.
No argument.
No argument. You could do so many things with the modding tools on PC. It's insane. Now the new generation consoles might get access to all these cool modding tools. Might.
We'll see if fucking
see.
Sony wants to play a game.
Yeah.
Play
Well,
ball.
here's the thing: Sony doesn't have to play ball because they're doing so well. That's whenever somebody says competition is good for the industry, that's what they're talking about. Sony's doing so good right now that they don't have to do those things. Sony won't have to do those things until they're pressured, until people aren't buying the PlayStation because they don't have cool modding tools and this and that. When people say, I was going to get a PlayStation, but I'm not now because of this, then Sony's going to have to change their tune. Just like with online. Sony didn't give two shits about online back when the PlayStation 3 came out.
That's bullshit. They said it was going to be the Matrix, man. They said I was going to plug into my PlayStation 2 and it'd be like plugging into the Matrix.
They didn't really give a shit. And I'm not gonna say the PlayStation 3 online was bad, but they didn't care about it enough to make it as good as Xbox Live. Not until the PlayStation 4 came out. Then they went all out because their consumers demanded that. Imagine if the PlayStation 4 online was just like it was on the PlayStation 3. It was free and it still had the same problems. That would have pissed a lot of people off, especially with today's games. So Sony had to change. They had to put more money into their online infrastructure, and it worked.
Now they're putting their money into Microsoft for their online.
Oh, speaking of that, number 3, you don't have to pay to play online. That's universal now. So when we said this last generation, PlayStation Online was free and playing on the Wii was free. But now you have to pay to play on the Switch and you have to pay to play on the PlayStation 4. So everybody's like Xbox now. So out of all of them, PC's the only one you don't have to pay to play online. And now somebody's going to come in. You have to pay for your internet connection.
No.
Wait.
You have to pay for dedicated servers, though.
You have to pay for internet. Well, yeah, you got to pay for electricity too.
That's true. That is also true.
You can't play games without electricity. I mean,
unless you're a kid, then your parents are paying.
And there are households without any games that have internet. Internet's a utility. It has nothing to do with games. It's something the games use, just like they use electricity. Don't pay your electric bill and let me know if you're streaming tonight.
I'm streaming tonight, with or without electricity.
Here we go. This one's gonna kick everybody in the nuts. These next two.
Let's hear this shit.
All PC games are forward and backward compatible.
God damn, that's a lie.
No, it's not.
That's the biggest fucking lie that can ever say.
I'm gonna give you one. Tell me one game that's not forward and backward compatible.
All the Bard's Quest games, the original Bard's Quest games, every single one of them.
All the Bard's Quest games. Wait. Are they not backward compatible? Or are they not?
They're not backwards. They won't work.
They won't work on what?
On anything that's modern, any modern OS.
Yes, they will.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will.
And if you install an old OS on your modern machine,
nope, you don't have to.
Still won't work.
They will work.
You have to install an emulator.
This is where. There you go.
To install an emulator,
there you go.
Right, but that's a bypass because I can then emulate the PS2, the Saturn.
Hold on. I'll take you to number 5. PC has more options.
That is true.
Case closed. I think about these questions before I put them down.
True, but you can't just say it's
I can.
backwards compatible.
Yes.
It's 80% backwards compatible.
If you try to say I can't play my DOS copy of King's Quest on my new supercomputer.
I can't play my Windows copy of fucking Elder Scrolls 2 on my fucking new computer.
Okay.
I have to use.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna change it, even though I'm right, because emulation is the answer.
Yes.
I'm gonna change it. Most PC games are forward and backward compatible. Okay.
That is correct.
All right. Last one.
Remember that the XP emulated the fucking previous OSs.
Yes. Good. Yeah. The virtual machines are pretty cool too.
They are awesome.
Has everybody here fucked with virtual machines? It's
I
like the
love
coolest thing that nobody's talking about in PCs is virtual machines. It's just fucking awesome.
Unless you're into the into business, then virtual machines are the only thing that matter.
Yeah, and I work for a big utility company in the Northeast, and they were running a virtual machine for Windows XP to run some old software. So yeah, business. Number one, and this is gonna kick people in the nuts too. And you touched on this earlier. Number one reason why PC gaming is better than console gaming, games are cheaper on PC.
100%.
You can't these are all facts. You can't argue these facts, people.
Because it's 100% digital.
Yeah, you can't. So
even the hard copy.
It's not 100% digital. But my copy of Darksiders 3 is actually on DVD.
Jesus fucking Christ. Are you serious?
Yes, I got the box and everything.
Oh my God. That's fucking... Is it a collector's edition?
Nah, man. You must have not been on that show when I showed everybody. Hold on.
Nah, man. I was working like 68 hours a week during the summer.
Let the music play. Hey. Here we go. I got it right here. Because I knew you were going to ask this. This is Torrance Davis, and I'm going... Oh, shit. The disc came off the thing. I'm going to do my unveiling of Darksiders 3 on PC. Dun, 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 dun. Can you see it yet? Has it hit the stream yet?
No, I'm trying to fucking get
dun,
to the
dun, 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 dun. It's a box with a hot chick on it.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And inside the box...
She's ugly as fuck. I don't know.
It has... she can whip me any day. Inside the box, it has a manual. And the manual's black and white like the old days. And it smells good doing the sniff tests. And
I missed the smell of an open box.
And
it does look nice.
How the fuck is this? Oh, that's interesting. How did the...
Oh, I just saw you sniff the shit, dude. It was hilarious.
I don't know. Oh, that must go over here.
What?
Oh, I see. I see how it goes in. This is some new... So they made a new generation game case that nobody knows about because people don't buy games on disc anymore. So it's 3 discs, as you can see. 3 DVDs. Beautiful looking DVDs. This game came out last year.
That's crazy.
Yep. So when I play this, I'm gonna have to install these discs. Oh, I didn't hold it high enough. I'm gonna have to install these discs on my PC.
I saw all 3 discs. Though.
Pretty sick, huh? So in your list that all games are digital, you're wrong. Most games are digital.
When I say all, I mean like in the circumference of PC gaming, because most of the time you go buy a physical quote unquote copy, you get just a code to download it from Steam.
Oh man, they didn't play around, man. So I'm seeing something interesting here. Emery said that Gran Turismo will be a Mac. I don't know if he's joking. I think he's joking.
Oh, that's hilarious, though.
He said Gran Turismo will be a Macintosh exclusive with an iWheel, iChair, iShift, and iPedals all sold separately.
Will you put that on your iRack? And get your shoes, your iRants?
Sony is watching Switch eat all the money. BattleNet will want subs soon. Activision is gutting what's left of Blizzard as we speak. You can take the sun from you can't take the sun from me. DOSBox emulators are pretty good now. Open system, no garden walls. Yes, PC is an open. I could have added that as one of my top 10. Is that PC is an open platform. Open platform. And somebody,
Microsoft
just so you know, QL, just so you know that people do actually like you that listen to this show. Zandria said QL is correct.
I know, I saw that. Thank you, Zandrius. I appreciate you, even though I've got 3 giant wicked ales in my body right now.
Are you nails? What?
Ales.
Oh,
ale.
Are you still doing your podcast, the Fanboy Show, whatever it was called?
I'm trying to get these fuckers together, but it's like fucking hammering nails. And
why don't you just do what I do and get in front of a microphone and talk? I just QL and.
I've worked 68 hours all fucking summer, man.
Microsoft is better.
It's only the second weekend I've had off in a row, bro, and I got to work next week.
You must have been, oh boy, I can listen tonight. So Emery says, I can put DOSBox on Linux, Odroid, and play anything before 1997. So Emery was agreeing with me that as long as you got emulation, yes, backwards and forwards compatible is the answer. He says, they don't even give you a box anymore because it might choke a sea turtle. those games on the disc ain't analog. Hilarious. Let me catch my breath. That was a good one.
That fucking Bill Burr. You ever hear that Bill Burr?
What is it?
I
gotta know from you guys' perspective. How does it feel when you're watching a show live and you say something and you make the host crack up? How does that feel to you? Answer that question, Emery, because that was fucking hilarious. I do laugh at your jokes, but some of the stuff you say is ridiculous. So before I can laugh, I gotta question it. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Does he work for Microsoft? What's wrong with this guy?
Oh yeah. So answer that question. What does it feel like when you make the host bust out laughing like that? I got him. Dr. 12 Evil says QL touched on the nuts. So let me answer. I've seen. I don't think I don't think I've really talked about Modern Warfare as much. And I think I mentioned on the last show that Modern Warfare is finally up to Battlefield 3 in terms of graphics. And that's not even a joke or a bad thing. It's a good thing. Saris wants to know my opinion on the gameplay of the new mod. I'm going to give you my first impressions from watching the gameplay. It looks really good. It still looks like Call of Duty, but it looks way better than any Call of Duty I've played in the last 10 years. This is the first, because you guys know I typically, like, when this comes out, if I want to, I can send my contact a message and they'll send me Call of Duty for free. This will be the first Call of Duty I've paid money for since Ghost. Actually, because I don't want to have to stream it. I don't want to. I'm totally done with I'm done with the journalism thing. I don't really want game codes anymore, even though I can get them. I'm actually going to purchase Modern Warfare. I haven't been this excited about a Call of Duty game in years. I haven't been this excited about a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare. I mean, isn't that crazy? I'm just too excited.
Yes,
but the source of my excitement is the cross-play. That is the thing. I told you, if they ever do, I told you guys, I said it's going to take one big company to make Sony say yes to crossplay. Out from the outset. I told you, if you listen to the show closely, I said, and who was it? Somebody disagreed with me. I think it was Ice. I said all it's going to take is one big publisher to make a game with crossplay, and and Sony will just say yes. They're not going to argue.
They could fold like a wet paper towel if someone like
Activision says, motherfuckers, we're going to put crossplay on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, fucking Switch, Atari Lynx. We're doing it.
Fucking Atari Lynx.
Did you ever hear or see any articles where the developers, who's doing this one? Who's developing that? I lost track.
Who the fuck knows anymore with Activision?
Is it Infinity Ward? Let's just say Infinity Ward.
No, I thought they got disbanded.
Black Ops, the dudes.
The guys who used to do Tony Hawk, right?
Whatever. So the developer said he never saw any letters from a developer or any tweets that said, "Oh, we want to do crossplay, but Sony doesn't want to do it." You didn't see that, did you? You didn't see that. As I get closer and closer to my retirement, my Game Adamus skills continue to shine. I told Ice that it'll take one big developer to push the envelope on this crossplay. It is motherfucking Activision.
It's about fucking time. It's way late too.
Sony never said no. They never said we didn't want to do this. They never said they didn't want their users to hear bad words from Xbox users. Sony didn't say shit, but yes. They had to. We're talking about a game that is guaranteed. That Call of Duty on average sells more than 10 million copies on PlayStation. If Sony came in with, we don't need crossplay. We have 80 plus million people on our system. They could all play with each other. We don't need to play with those other guys. They couldn't do that because all Sony needed to do was give Microsoft ammo to say, you can play with each other on PlayStation, on Xbox One X and PC. Full crossplay. Not like our competitors. That's all Sony needed. And if people were finding out, some of you guys may not believe me or not, but if people were finding out that there was no, even if they were Sony gamers, if they were finding out that Sony did not want to do crossplay on Modern Warfare, they'd be pretty pissed off about this because I know there are groups of friends out there that are split. Mike and Tony and Paul got a PlayStation, but Steve, Willie, and Jackie got the Xbox, and we were all set. Hey, we can play together again, guys. And then Sony takes that away, and that would piss people off. I guarantee that would piss people off. The fucking media would go nuts. Microsoft would go fucking ape shit with marketing, even though they don't have a marketing deal with Activision.
They do one with Nintendo, where like we can play together.
No, they wouldn't have to. Microsoft would do something with PC gamers and Xbox gamers. Microsoft's probably spent $5 million to create ads or more to show that crossplay on Modern Warfare, one of the biggest games in the industry. Still, Call of Duty is one of the biggest games in the industry. Is crossplay on Microsoft platforms, on Windows and Xbox. They would fucking, after every Sony commercial, Microsoft said, play this ad after every Sony commercial, after every Sony Call of Duty commercial. Here's more money. Here, take the money. Make it rain. Sony couldn't afford that. Sony had this. Hold on, just
all right.
Raise your hand. Sony had to play ball. And I said this. I said when Sony did the whole Fortnite thing and Sony started to lay back a little bit and started to get into this, I said the one big developer that does this is going to get everybody to play ball. Activision did it. They said, here's the biggest motherfucking game this industry has ever seen. It now has crossplay, and Sony just had to just fucking do it. They had to say yes and do it because this is a big seller for them. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I don't even remember what the fuck I was going to say anymore, man. You just overrode me. I died.
Well, yeah, you can't be breaking up my thoughts, man.
I was trying to get my thought out, but
the millions of viewers out there are waiting in anticipation for me to finish my thought, and you're coming in. Did you know fried chicken has too much grease? You can't be doing that shit. Sorry,
fried chicken don't have too much grease. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry says, I see influences of Siege, Insurgency, and Battlefield in the new Modern Warfare. I knew crossplay would get you, Tor. Yep. And I see a lot of Battlefield in it, and you know I love Battlefield more than Call of Duty, but I still love both games. But man, what are you laughing at?
Fucking Kermit the Frog doing an 8-ball.
What?
Kermit the Frog doing an 8-ball, dude. Kermit the Frog is doing an 8-ball.
Who's here? Who usually posts this stuff? Oh,
Emery.
Call of Duty, the government plus technology, scary. That's a grouper. Sony is going to stop paying for DLC next generation. You think so?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Why pay millions of dollars for something that doesn't benefit them?
So you're saying this whole DLC exclusivity thing?
I think it's going away next gen.
Third party. Mike Madden says he's hyped for COD. For the new COD.
I'm not. I'm hyped that Activision was the company that came out and said, fuck you, Sony. If you don't like it, we're not going to put it on your console. So yeah, I'm
totally interested in the Modern Warfare and the crossplay. And the game in general. It looks fucking hot. They've done it. They finally fucking went back to their roots, and it looks like they made something really cool. I guess journalists were getting pissed because there's some weapon in the game that they feel shouldn't be in the game. And
you can kill women, I think is what it was.
No, it was some weapon. It was called. Let me do a Google search on this.
I thought it was that you can kill women.
No.
Women should be invincible because
No,
vagina is the
no.
greatest shit ever. I mean, vagina is the greatest shit ever, but I mean, you should be able to kill people that are in combat.
Here you go. It's called white phosphorus.
Oh, that's the shit, dude.
Yeah, so they're not upset that you can take a shotgun, point it at somebody's head, and blow their head off. They're upset because they're using white phosphorus in the game.
That is the baddest shit ever. Anybody ever throw some white phosphorus at something?
Let me read some of the. Hopefully, they'll have some of the tweets in here. IGN's Ryan McCaffrey candidly stated that Modern Warfare is probably going to upset people, perhaps by design, following the E3 gameplay showcase, which saw players immersed in a fictionalized terror attack in London's Piccadilly Circus. In another demo, the players permitted to kill retreating female enemy during the house raid, with a recent announcement confirmed that white phosphorus, a war crime-worthy chemical weapon, is an available kill streak in the game's popular multiplayer mode. These people, now I know Ryan McCaffrey, and Ryan McCaffrey is just stating facts here, but the people that were complaining about this probably aren't going to get the game in the first place.
Yeah, fuck them.
And like, did they forget that aren't nuclear weapons a war crime too?
They are certainly a war crime.
Nukes have been in the game since fucking Modern Warfare 2, right? Or Modern Warfare 3? Or Black Ops? Black Ops 3? I don't know. I can't remember. But they've had nukes in the game forever. Nobody complained about that shit.
Fucking dumbasses.
So people are fucking stupid.
WP is pretty bad, dude. If anybody's ever used WP, it's pretty fucking horrible. It'll melt through a fucking tank.
Oh, we call it WP in the U.S. Marine Corps.
Yeah.
That's white phosphorus?
Yes, that's white phosphorus.
So it's
it will fucking melt through a we still have it, by the way.
What is it? An air-delivered acid?
A grenade. It's a fucking grenade-delivered asset. You can fucking
acid or asset?
Asset.
No,
it can be delivered in any fucking form, but we usually deliver it in a grenade form. So if we need to bust through, if you've played any fucking game that you had to insert, they usually had WP as an option for use, where you can get into a room. Instead of a grenade, it would just like melt a fucking door off. I threw a fucking WP grenade at a fucking tank one time in training, and it just melted right through the fucking tank.
They allowed you to use it in training?
Yeah. They also let us use 50 caliber machine guns in training too.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be able to use those. But white phosphorus, that's a war crime weapon, QL.
So is a 50 caliber machine gun. You're not allowed to shoot somebody with it.
They do in the movies.
Look, you can only shoot equipment.
Didn't you see?
No, you can only shoot like a canteen that's on the side of someone's belt.
You see the last First Blood, the last Rambo? Didn't he shoot a 50 caliber?
No,
somebody point blank?
I thought that was a 240 Gulf.
I don't know, but he fucking point blank shot the dude like they did in RoboCop and just melted his whole body. It's one of the greatest scenes ever. I gotta find it. Let me find it.
A 50 cal machine gun can rip your arm off without hitting you.
Without hitting you?
Without hitting you.
How is that possible?
Tear fucking arm off because it goes so fucking fast. Dude.
What was it? First Blood. It wasn't called First Blood. It was Rambo. Machine gun. Let's see if I can find it. What was the last Rambo when he was in Vietnam? And maybe this is it. I think this is it. Hold on. This video may be inappropriate. I wish to proceed. Yeah, here it is. Here it is.
Better dump that stuff off.
He fucked so many people up. And oh my god! Here it goes. Oh!
Post that shit, motherfucker.
Hold on. I'm posting it. Maybe that's... so somebody tell me what machine gun this is. Hold on a second.
Oh, Mr. D crime picture.
There it is. And I'll post it in the chat here for people. Here we go. Big Daddy! Big Daddy! Big Daddy's interested in COD. Sony has the marketing and the DLC rights, so of course they will do it. It will convince an Xbox person to buy a Sony console to play the DLC. I don't. I'm going to tell you something, Dr. Evil. I don't.
Oh, took his head off!
Have you never seen this movie, QL?
Yeah, but it's fucking great.
I don't think in this day and age, like right now, somebody's going to the store and they haven't decided what console to buy yet, right? And they go and you got PlayStation, you got Xbox, and they want to play Call of Duty. Oh, Call of Duty's getting DLC first on PlayStation. Okay, I'm going to buy a PlayStation. I don't think that's a decision maker for people buying consoles. I know that companies do it for that, but I don't think it's a big decision maker for people. I think people buy consoles based on exclusives, games, not exclusive DLC, and other things, of course. Tor, why wasn't the same pressure you just mentioned about Sony wasn't on Microsoft with PUBG? PUBG was the biggest battle royale game for a while. Then it came to Sony, and Microsoft was under no pressure to cross-play.
I think there's never.
Please explain that.
There was never a point where they were against that.
I don't remember Microsoft not being. I don't. So I was right. 50 cal. Yes.
If someone gets hit by a 50 cal,
and you were in the military, motherfucker.
Look, I had to remember it.
Yeah,
so I watched it.
I'm starting to believe your military was the old Call of Duty games. I don't really think you were a Marine.
Oh man, don't make me post pictures, bro.
What does Semper Fi mean?
Always faithful.
Ha! Wrong. You're supposed to say that ain't wrong, motherfucker. That's what it means, and you didn't say that, so you were never in the Marines.
Motherfucker, I'm about to post some motherfucking pictures.
Don't post a link on Google.
Don't post a link on Google.
Oh wait, a picture of you in cosplay? Post it.
Picture of me in cosplay. That's good, bro. That's good. I see how it is, motherfucker. See how it is.
Are you talking about the specialty ammo for MP or the removal of the mini map? Yeah, I don't remember PUBG ever being crossplay. Is PUBG crossplay with mobile?
I think it is with everything except for PlayStation.
I don't actually got to do some research. PUBG crossplay. Here we go. Oh, there's a whole article on it. PUBG crossplay explained. Is PUBG cross-platform? Considering that the fact that Fortnite is available to play across all platforms, certain plausible answer PUBG, both games, because Battle Royale's cross-play capabilities, many players are wondering, is it cross-platform? Okay. Is PUBG cross-platform? Well, the answer to that is something like, oh, this is one of these motherfuckers. It's a yes or no question. While Fortnite does allow for almost all platforms to play together, PUBG only allows certain platforms to play together and others not to be able to. Recent release mobile versions on iOS and Android devices are able to play together. This is great for mobile versions as it allows their populations online to always be sufficient, blah, 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 blah. However, the answer to the same question of is PUBG cross-platform, but for console and PC is not as clear-cut. Unfortunately, Xbox One and PC players play completely separate from one another. It's not even cross-play on PC. This does, yeah. Okay, so there's the answer. So I don't think Microsoft said no to cross-play. I think that was pretty much a developer issue. I don't think they built the game with cross-play in mind. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it'll come later. Maybe they'll announce it at E3. Maybe PUBG 2 will be cross-play. So there we go. All right, let's see what else we got here. Emery says Rambo is shooting a Browning 50 with a long barrel and a muzzle brake. I'm so glad I got a real life gun thing right. And then QL, after everybody confirms, the QL comes in. Yeah, that's a 50 caliber. So it shoots
They'll just let you fucking shoot a 50 caliber machine gun.
It shoots the same round as a Barrett. And they don't teach a lot of Latin in the Marine Corps, but you're supposed to remember that one. I was just an Air Force brat, technically an Air Force Reserve brat, but even I remember that. So did he not get the Semper Fi question right either?
It was fucking right, bro. It's always faithful, motherfucker.
Okay.
Semper Fidelis is the actual.
Next thing, everybody's leaving every company. So there's a lot of news. I think 3 major developers left companies this week. So the main designer on Anthem left. Some dude who was working on, I got to look it up. Somebody from Xbox left.
Yeah, somebody from one of the people from Halo 5 left.
Oh, 343. Some dude left 343. And there was one more. Didn't somebody from Naughty Dog leave? Anyway, people are leaving companies. I'm thinking, because all this happened this week, I'm thinking there's another company being formed, and that's why all these people left.
They're always all going to Sony Monica.
But I'll be honest. If I was working on Anthem, I would have left too.
I would too. It's pretty bad.
Okay, so Anthem's just in a... Is that a picture of you, QO?
That's me at 17, dude.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen you.
I thought I've posted pictures before.
Dude, look at them ears, man. You look You look
They're
like one of those
huge.
Ed and Eddie characters. That's how they draw the ears.
That's me at 198 pounds, bro.
Holy shit. You are white.
I am fucking... It's not... It's the glare, but if you...
I think you got some melanin in you, though. You might want to look in your family tree.
I have a lot of Native American in me.
Okay, so...
I have a hard time...
Now you have to post a picture of you right now.
I can't do that, man. I'm so fucking fat, bro.
Look, I'm here every week bearing my soul to everybody. I'm fat. I don't care. People still come to listen to me. Look at Boogie 1933.
He's lost fucking 300 pounds. Bro.
Come on. Post a picture of yourself. I'm dying to know what you look like. I've been showing you my face, my balls for fucking since 2008.
I've never seen your balls, dude.
Just because you didn't look didn't mean I didn't show them to you. So when you get a minute, post a picture of yourself.
I'll do that, bro.
Emery says, man, the Marines got mellow. I'm fat, but I don't take no pictures, so I can't post anything. This is a strategy. They'll never know what I look like. Okay, next. Microsoft is open to putting its games on PlayStation. So there was
That's bullshit.
a tweet. I don't believe it's bullshit because, once again, Game Adamus told you this. I know people listen to the show. Holy shit, Torrance talked about this too. What the fuck?
It's fucking retarded.
It's not fucking retarded. Microsoft stated.
Retarded.
Well, let me tell the people what's going on first and let them determine. Microsoft stated in an article or interview somewhere that they were open to putting their games on all platforms. They didn't specifically say PlayStation, but all platforms, meaning...
That's not what they said either.
You let me finish! Mobile, Switch, PlayStation, PC, obviously. But they said there were certain titles that they wouldn't put on other platforms. So it was assumed that these were their high-ranking AAA games like Gears and Halo and things like that. And
or anything that sold well.
Sea of Thieves... their Crackdown 3s. They're big sellers. But we already know that Cuphead was a big seller, and it's on PC and Switch. So I don't know.
Own Cuphead. Do they own the company?
They are the publisher of Cuphead. Yeah. They don't own the company. Yes, I'm pretty sure they'll be buying Studio MHR though.
Yeah, that sounds like a good.
That's a good steal because then you get Cuphead 2 and you get all kinds of cups and heads and it's great. It's great for the business. So that had everybody questioning whether games are going to come on play. And well, there's no reason for me to get an Xbox now.
Fucking retarded.
I'm not getting the next Xbox if they're doing this. Fuck this shit. So then that guy goes and gets the PlayStation 5 and then realizes that Gears and Halo aren't coming on PlayStation 5 and those are the games he was interested in. Motherfuck!
Are you talking about a certain crappy gamer?
No, I'm not. If you should know, QL, that I don't follow or listen to any fanboys on the internet.
Oh my god!
I do occasionally.
The fucking hilariousness, bro.
Yeah, are you talking about
crap gamer.
Yeah, I don't, dude.
Dude, he's completely done a fucking 180.
I have blocked crap gamer because I don't want to see any of his feeds.
He is fucking Hollywood Hulk Hogan right now.
Right, because his whole shtick is clickbait.
Making money, bro.
Yes.
It's all about making money. I don't blame him for getting paper, man.
Let me tell you. I don't blame people for getting paper, but it's how you get the paper. Okay.
Yeah.
So, if he was to stop his streams and turn off his computer or whatever, and you were to go over his house during his, let's go back to his Xbox days. You can go to his house. He had a PlayStation. He had an Xbox. Probably games on his PC. He probably doesn't really care about all that shit, except the fact that he knows he can make money off it. So he was Xbox, now he's PlayStation. He'll probably be Switch in a couple of years, you know. It's just his way of it is literally WWE. It's wrestling entertainment. It's fanboy entertainment. He's just playing everybody. So. But I stopped following him a long time ago because I don't want to deal with that bullshit.
It's fucking hilarious, man.
Yes.
I harass him every now and then.
Okay.
Like, you're a fucking idiot, man. Are you stupid?
No, dude, don't waste your breath. Stop wasting your breath.
It's just hilarious that he would jump off the ship just as if you were a fanboy, right?
Yeah.
You're a fanboy, and your company's doing shitty. Like, PlayStation was doing really bad at the beginning of, but then all of a sudden you see all this.
PlayStation was doing really bad when?
During the PS3 era. The beginning of it, right?
Okay.
You're like,
okay.
Oh my god, what am I supposed to tell these people on fucking M4G, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're a fanboy, right? And then finally you're like, holy shit, Uncharted 2, you see the land. The land is coming up. You see the land, and you're like, you know what? Fuck PlayStation 3. And you jump off ship and you go to Xbox 360. It's like, why? After all these years of being a giant fucking fanboy, would you jump ship from one fanboy just as you see the fucking land ho, and you're like, you know what? Fuck this shit.
I just want to correct you on one thing, QL. I think it's see the light, not the land.
Well, if you're on a ship, right, you can't jump off.
Or maybe you meant to say the horizon.
No, the horizon could still be water.
I'm going to tell you, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say see land.
Right?
Unless they were actually on a boat and they were stranded and they were looking for land, you might hear land ho or something like that.
And if you're an Xbox fanboy, you think you haven't felt stranded these past few years?
I don't think so. A lot of people see there's a lot of this going on, and I'm just going to be honest with you, because you have these Xbox gamers. In this day and age, you got people that went PlayStation only, you got people that went Xbox only.
Which is dumb.
It's not dumb. It's preference.
It's stupid.
I
went both immediately.
Are you sure you're not 12?
I am.
It's not stupid.
I am 30-12.
It's not stupid. Unlike me and you, maybe there's people who don't want to have multiple boxes. Okay, so you have PlayStation or you have Xbox only, for whatever reasons they choose. If you're an Xbox only gamer, and you got an Xbox One in 2013, you paid for it, and here it is 2019, and you still haven't gotten a PlayStation 4, maybe you're not interested in those PlayStation 4 exclusives. And let's bring it back. Let's say you got a PlayStation 4 in 2013, you still haven't got an Xbox. Maybe you're not interested in those Xbox exclusives. Now, you've heard a lot of people who are PlayStation gamers that say there's nothing on Xbox that interests them. Well, isn't it possible that there are games that aren't interested to Xbox gamers? Maybe they don't want to play God of War. Maybe they don't want to play Horizon. Maybe I'd say pretty much everybody wants to play Spider-Man, but they're not going to spend $299 just to play Spider-Man. And even though there's a lot of PlayStation gamers out there that might want to play Gears, they're not going to spend $299 just to play Gears 5. So you stick with what you have. I would think that whether it's PlayStation or Xbox, if you got an Xbox and you weren't really happy with the games that Microsoft was pushing out for Xbox, you would have bought a PlayStation 4 by now. And if you're a PlayStation 4 only user and you weren't happy with what Sony was putting out, or you were looking for something different, maybe you would have bought an Xbox by now. So you could have those, so you could play the Gears games and the Halos and the Forzas. Maybe, for whatever reason. If you want to play...
resolution mattered, you might have bought an Xbox One X.
I'm not even going to get into that, but if you really wanted to play Halo, Gears, Forza, holy shit, Cuphead looks dope. If you really wanted to play those games, you would have purchased an Xbox One so you can play them. Unless you're 12 and you can't afford to buy a console, there's nothing stopping you from buying a console just to play those games. I'm the perfect example here. I have a PlayStation 4, I have an Xbox One. The reason I bought both of them was to play those games. It's also the reason why I bought a Wii U, because I wanted to play the Wii U games. Okay? So, 2019, 6 years later, I have a Switch. Why did I buy a Switch? I wanted to play those Switch games. I wanted to go mobile again. So I purchased a Switch because I can. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh man, I really want to play that and not buy it. Now, if I was broke and couldn't afford it, that's one thing. But if you are in a position where you can buy a $399 console and there's stuff you want to play on other systems and you're in a position to buy those other systems, then you're probably going to buy them. And if you haven't bought them in this past 6 years, you're not going to. So, taking all jokes aside and everything, if there are Xbox-only gamers still only playing on Xbox, they're probably having a good time. And they're not concerned about God of War and Last of Us and all that shit. Yeah, but all the other big bangers like Red Dead and GTA and Fallout and Borderlands, all that stuff that everybody can play anyway, they can still play those games on Xbox. So you take Microsoft's exclusives, you take all those big third-party games, they still got access to those. They're not thinking about PlayStation, just like PlayStation gamers aren't thinking about Xbox exclusives, unless they're making jokes on Twitter. So, and it doesn't make you stupid or smart going to the store and buying something. I'll say where purchasing something makes you smart. There's an impending zombie apocalypse. You'd be smart to go buy a gun.
A shotgun, preferably.
Now, which one is you here? Are you on the left or the right?
I am the dude in the white t-shirt. I'm the attractive one.
In the white t-shirt. Okay. Interesting. I did not imagine you'd look like that.
That's the day I got out of the Marine Corps.
Okay, keep going. Let's see you now.
I was going to post a picture of my wedding, but I was like 380 pounds. So
that's what I want to see, QL. Give it to me, man.
I'm like 80 pounds lighter than that.
Give it to me, man.
To make me do this shit.
Yes, give it to me. There are people that listen to this podcast that can't stand you. Give them something to smile about.
Man, fuck Mike Madden. Even if he is my friend on Xbox.
Come on, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Post the fat. Post the fat. Post the fat. Okay, what else do I got?
I got a picture of me that's a little bit.
Wait, we got something else
about
going on.
30 pounds heavier.
Dr. Evil, Minecraft 2 will be on PlayStation. He calls it PSX. People still call it PSX. You know Dr. 12 Evil's old school if he calls it PSX. Outer Worlds 2 will be on PSX. Yes, because Outer Worlds 2 development started before Microsoft bought that company. And it would be really shitty of Microsoft to buy a company and say, okay, stop making the PlayStation version. They're not going to do that, which is cool. You got to admit that's cool to them. Jamal Thomas says, the saga continues. Loda High says, I wish this show would stick around for the next gen. Motherfuckers. I've had multiple boxes for 4 generations. Thank you. There are people that have multiple boxes that are having a good time on each box. I'm done with that. I'm not giving anybody money just for a few games. Okay? It's not happening. I kind of wish, selfishly, that Sony would do something like Game Pass Ultimate and allow people to play PlayStation 4 games on PC, and then I could really be done with console. I should say PlayStation games. But I have enough games right now where I could probably game until I die and not finish them all. And I've taken that into consideration. I just cannot justify buying a next-gen console. I cannot do it. I'm going to sit back with my popcorn, and I'm going to watch all the fanfare and antics and fanboyism, and my numbers are bigger than yours and all this shit. I'm going to watch all the E3s, but I just don't want to buy another Xbox or PlayStation. There would have to be a game that is so fucking dope. So fucking dope. Like, watershed moment dope. Like, oh my fucking God, I can't believe they've done this in a video game. It would have to be that badass and not coming out on PC in order for me to consider buying a next-gen console.
What if, and this is a big what if, what if the cost of buying the console to play the game at that level was less than cost of the video card to actually play that fucking game
Doesn't
at
matter.
that level?
Doesn't matter.
Would you rather pay more for the video card than pay for the console?
No, I already explained early in the show that I won't be upgrading my PC for years to come. I don't need to.
We're talking about certain games are going to have certain features that require certain abilities of a video card that are not possible on current or older video cards. Because the RX fucking lineup.
But you're talking PC right now. I'm not talking PC. I'm talking console only.
Right.
There's never going to be
2020. Bro.
There's never going to be a feature on a console that's not already on PC. That's just not going to happen.
But you're not upgrading, so you have to think: do I want to upgrade to this $1,000 video card?
No,
or
I'm not.
$500 console.
No, I'm not going to upgrade just to get ray tracing.
If ray tracing made that much of a fucking difference, for whatever reason, I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying if.
QL, you know me. You know me well. There's no fucking way ray tracing is going to get me to buy a fucking new card.
Look,
It's
Sony
not.
says ray tracing and audio.
Look, Sony's telling you this stuff because they want people to buy the PS5, just like Microsoft was telling you about 4K, so you can get the Xbox One X. None of that stuff.
4K gaming on there.
None of that stuff is impressive to me. I still don't game in 4K, and I probably never will because I don't care. My 2K, quote unquote 2K, is all I need, and I'm happy with that. But
14 forwarded paid.
there's nothing like I said, it would have to be the dopest game ever, not coming on PC for me to consider buying a console.
What if it didn't run unless you had a fucking card that was ray tracing?
You're still sticking to PC.
I'm still sticking to
If
PC. I'm
again,
saying you
if this-
cannot run it on your current rig.
If this badass, most incredible game I've ever seen was available on PC, I'd find a way to get it. I would probably at that point.
Talk to Freddie.
You took the words right out of my. Freddie, what you got? Freddie, what you got in your closet, man? I need a new video. I got a couple RTX 2080s here. I would at that point I would probably upgrade my video card just to play.
They better
the
be
game.
the fucking supers, man. If you want to get that shit running into.
But I'm not gonna spend. I'll spend if the game was that dope and it was on PC and I needed to spend $400 just to get the card, I would do it. But if it's not on PC, I'm not spending $400 for a console in which I have to continue paying for a subscription. Microsoft's lucky. Microsoft did something wonderful when they did Game Pass Ultimate. They got me to continue paying for my Xbox Live subscription through Game Pass Ultimate. That was pretty slick. Because otherwise, probably at the end of this year, because there were points in the last 6 years where I stopped my PlayStation subscription and I stopped my Xbox Live subscription. But then games came out on each platform where I needed the subscription, so I renewed them. Not a big deal. But Microsoft just enabled me to keep paying, not enabled me, convinced me to keep paying them money for this Game Pass Ultimate because that enhances my PC experience too. So
Game Pass on PC is awesome.
So they did a smart thing. This is why Sony needs to do this, because if Sony came out with something similar for PC, then guaranteed money going to Sony just for the PC stuff. But I don't want to get a console and have to continue paying for Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus just to play this super dope game, whatever, when it comes out. I just and QL, you should know.
What?
I just got a huge fucking raise.
Did you?
A huge fucking raise, man.
I might have to move over to your company, bro, because this fucking company I'm working at is.
Well, you'd have to stop drinking.
Iffy.
You'd have to stop drinking. But
I can stop drinking for enough money, man.
I have. My boss pretty much gave me a raise that's worth a whole full salary. So, I have the money to buy what I want, but I cannot justify getting another black box to play video games. I would rather in fall of 2020, I would rather continue to work on my backlog if I'm going to do that. You know, I can't. It's hard for me to even justify buying games. I'm gonna play. I was telling dudes in the chat the other day. We have a special chat that single player narrative games, I can't play them anymore because they take so fucking long for me to get through them. Sometimes I just want to come home, kill about 25 people, and then turn it off. That's where I'm at right now. So, and I go through these stages in life. There was a point where I didn't want to play on consoles anymore, and I was only playing massive multiplayer online games on PC. And because of massive multiplayer games on PC, I stopped playing single-player RPG games. So then when I was done with that, I slowly started to get back into console gaming and single-player games again. Gears actually got me back into single-player games. Gears and Heavenly Sword. I was like, oh, shit. So then I had that stage, right? And now I'm back on multiplayer games again because I just don't have the time to push the envelope on these single-player games. You know, that's the stage I'm in right now. And yes, that does make me a casual gamer. No, actually, that still wouldn't make me a casual gamer.
Just makes you old, bro. Just makes you old.
That doesn't make me old. It makes me busy.
No, it makes you old.
No, it's not that.
You got other shit to do.
I got other shit to do. No, because I'm responsible and I have other things. Games aren't life for me. I got other things to do.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
But that doesn't mean you're old.
It matters. Yeah.
Well, there are young dudes. There are young dudes that have shit that's going on that they can't play games.
Now they're old. If you're young and you ain't got no time to play games except for on fucking Saturday and Sunday, bro.
Dude.
You
but
are
the thing
old.
is, well, you know, and let me read some of these. Dr. 12. So Dr. 12 says, once Microsoft said everything's coming to PC, then it's logic that tells you don't need an Xbox, right? You have a PC already. You can play those Xbox games at 720p with a decent card. Exactly. 2007 Killa says, I need to stop missing the Warzone. All streams are available for playback on YouTube. I have about 5 episodes to upload to the fucking podcast server before people go crazy. Loda High says, ray tracing is cool, but leave it off. Yep, he leaves it off. It's such a performance hit, right?
For now.
2007 said, PC's next gen. Jamal says, that's where I'm at with RPGs. Where are you at? Are you not playing the RPGs or are you playing the RPGs, Jamal? 2007 Killer says, I'm 20, but I'm old, son. You're only 20 now? 2007? You're only 20? There's no fucking way. How old were you when you... 2007 Kill is one of the dudes from way back that used to listen to the Warzone. There's no way you're just fucking 20, dude. Jamal says people have other things that doesn't make you old. Thank you. Tor, you just played Sekiro and God of War. You were done with single play. Well, no. No. Well, here's the thing, Dr. 12 Evil. I'm still playing God. I'm not going to quit playing God of War and Sekiro. But let's say there's a new 20-hour single player game coming out, something new that I don't own. I can't invest in that. I got to play what I have now. You know, there are single player games that I want to play and finish. I want to finish Sekiro. I want to finish God of War just to finish it. As badass as Ghost of Tsushima looks, and as much as I want to play that game, I would rather finish Horizon and Witcher 2 first before I get that game. I don't mind, like, let's just say 2025, I start playing something that somebody's already played and beat that's recent that I haven't touched yet. I kind of did this with Max Payne 3. I started playing like 2 or 3 years after the game came out, and I was acting like it was a new game because I didn't experience it. But you'll see me in like 2025 saying how awesome Spider-Man's ending was or something, you know, because I can't take... Most of the dudes that listen to this show, and correct me if I'm wrong, but most of the guys that listen to the show, including QL, probably are able to purchase a game and within the first week or two beat that game.
No, not at
I just, as much as I tried, I do not have the ability to do that. I just cannot do it.
I just don't have the time.
I just beat the first DLC for Just Cause 3. I think it was last month. So it's hard for me to say, oh, that new first, like, case in point, Last of Us 2. So most people are going to buy Last of Us 2 next year. Imagine Twitter in 2025. Holy shit, Last of Us 2 is fucking awesome. That first level, wow. And everybody, man, you just playing that now? You just playing that now? Shit, man, that's old. They're working on Last of Us 3. That's what it's gonna be like. But I'm still gonna have the same enjoyment as if I would have bought it in 2020, and that's what's cool about games. 2007 Killer. I was a little kid when I used to watch you. Oh my goodness! All those bad things we said, all those dick and ball jokes and
Jesus
titties,
Christ.
and all those pictures that Big Boss posted.
All the hip hop gamer references to sex.
I remember you. I could have swore you posted a picture of yourself somewhere in 2006. You did not look that. How shit? You're 20 now. I've been doing this show since 2008. That's 11 years. Is that right? Did I do the math right? Yeah, 2008. That's 11 years. Holy shit! Oh, Hip Hop Gamer had sex live. You were there for that. 2007 must have been sitting in his room listening to the show, looking at the door. What are you watching in there? So that's crazy. Even if I had the time, that would drive me nuts. Oh wait, I got to put everything in context here. Jamal says, I'm a selective with RPGs. I find myself only playing them when I'm traveling. Can't spend 300 hours in a JRPG at home. Yeah, exactly. I was like, what the fuck is that shit until you guys mentioned it. Yeah, nobody could figure it out right away. It kind of sounded like a baby was in the room. But that was this girl moaning. I gotta find that episode. And just take out the part where he's having sex. But then they might, in this day and age, YouTube might cancel my account. So I'm gonna have to put it on some secret server somewhere.
You'll have to put it on fucking Boogie's got a friend who just started a new video site.
I don't care about any new video sites. You guys know why I love YouTube. Free hosting.
Well, this shit's free hosting too.
Yeah, but it's not YouTube. Jamal Thomas says, I'm not getting Last of Us 2 till it goes greatest hits.
Me either.
Put it on
Not gonna lie,
Pornhub.
bro.
Oh, I could put it on. I could actually. Does Pornhub do audio only? I can make millions of dollars on this.
No fights, no fight.
Gamer has sex during stream.
You gotta wait till fucking 2.5 hours in.
No, I'd cut it just to that spot. Okay, let me see here. Going back to the Discord. Mike Madden, I didn't say anything. Mike Madden says, I didn't say anything, but I don't like you, QL. Me 30 pounds heavier. You look like Harry Potter in this picture. Wait, are you on the left with the beard?
I am the bearded guy.
Who's the guy on the right?
That's my ex's son.
That's your ex?
My ex's son.
I didn't know you swung both ways, man. That's cool. I love you, Mike. You love Mike. Do you really hate QL?
No, he don't.
Some dudes I know think you're annoying. But I'm like, I
said
said
those people.
I said QL's not on the show enough to be annoying. It's like they said they stopped listening to the Warzone because of you. At that point I should have banned you from the show, but you've literally not been on like 10 shows. At least.
I've been working my ass off.
Yeah, you've been working. And this guy Tanks, since everyone is posting selfies, Tanks, your beard game is off the chain. I don't even wait. Who's Tanks? Wait, this says yesterday? Is it already midnight? Oh, okay. Tanks is in and gone. I don't even know who he is. Ruben, you're gonna miss out. Oh yeah, you game on PC. Mike says 99% of my gaming time is on MLB The Show. Ruben says, Mikey, I see playing League all the time. QL says, I need to get the new show. Working 68 hours a week is killing me. Mike says, I was just playing League. It's the other 1%. Damn, he still plays League of Legends. Holy shit.
He does, dude. I see him all the time when I'm on fucking Xbox.
I think Mike Madden's Blurian. Yeah, black and Korean. That dude's been playing League of Legends since League of Legends came out. I'm kidding. I'm turning 30 in September. You had me going there for a minute, man. I was like, I remember your face, and I'm like, there's no fucking way he was that young when he started listening to the show. So my last topic for tonight is Jaffe. David Jaffe went full fanboy tonight.
Fucking Jaffe.
Jaffe, I don't know if you saw the tweet. And, I mean, it was your typical pony against Xbox tweet. But then he started saying some stuff about the disabled kids on the Xbox commercials. And even the ponies were like, yeah, dude, you took it too far. So I'll copy this link for you. Twitter's changed everything. Ugh. So I'll copy this link and post this in here so you could watch it. But he roasted Phil Spencer. It was the same old you need more games on Xbox. And I think maybe
Can you imagine
I'm thinking maybe Jaffe's pissed because he was working on a deal to put one of his games on Xbox and Microsoft didn't like it, so he's raging on them. That's a joke. I don't know. But there's the tweet with it came from a stream he was doing. And then he started talking about he started going in on the disabled kids. And he's going to catch some heat for that. Most definitely. I wouldn't be surprised if they banned his what the fuck? Who the hell is that? Is that you now?
No, that's Tom McDonald. I just fucking felt like posting a picture of him.
Oh, I don't know who Tom McDonald is. He's in prison. He's got
no.
orange on.
He's a fucking YouTube rapper that's kind of broken out recently.
He's a YouTube rapper. Is he a white mumble rapper?
No, he is not a mumble rapper.
He's got like real lyrics.
He's a conscious rapper.
He don't look conscious. He looks like if I see him and if I see him and I'm in Alabama, I'm running the other way. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. Let me look him up.
He's in California, bro.
Okay, let me listen to him. I gotta find one of his. Here we go. Sad Rappers by Tom McDonald.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
I'll be able to tell you within 5 seconds if the dude has skills.
Where'd all these suicidal sad rappers come from? They showed up with those mumble rapper dum-dums. They've been preying on people with mental illness and pretending to relate to get paid in creative business. They claim to be anxious, say they're depressed.
All right, he's all right. He's all right.
That's his anti mumble rapping kind of fucking.
But you know what the thing is? He's all right because most of the new rappers that come out today suck shit.
Trash. They are trash.
He's all right, but
fucking hammers have been that.
These guys, spot. Like, I find it hard to believe that before this guy made it big, that he put fucking platinum contact lenses in his eyes and all this shit. One thing I see a lot of these artists do is they do weird shit to themselves to make them look different.
He's been like this for a long time.
Oh, you knew him before he was big, right?
Yeah, before he was big. So
Wait, you actually know that? You actually know this guy?
No, I don't know him personally, but I've been following him for a while.
You know him like I know Jay-Z.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait,
so
we got some.
He's had facial tattoos since he was like 16 years old.
Oh, here's the thing about people. Let me just talk about facial tattoos, okay? Real quick. Call me old-fashioned. Call me old, okay? But these young dudes, young men and women who get facial tattoos because they're A, streamers, B, they're on YouTube, or they got a record coming out. It's the dumbest motherfucking thing you can do is get a facial tattoo, okay? Because what if you don't make it in entertainment and you got to go get a job? So if you want to get a job working in an office making good money, most places aren't going to hire you if you have facial tattoos. I can tell you this right now, okay? My son's got tattoos now, and I told him, don't go past the sleeve line. Don't go above the neckline, okay? So all his tattoos on his arm are within the sleeve line, And I'm like, these young kids, these young internet personalities that get facial tattoos, I'm like, if you ever fall off and you need to get a job, you ain't going to be able to work anywhere but fucking Walmart. And I'm not dissing you, QL, because I know you work there, but I'm sure
I don't work there anymore, man.
But were there people with facial tattoos that worked there?
Yes, there were.
Exactly. Game of Damas does it again. I got to read some of this stuff. So he says, I'm surprised you remember that picture. I'm going to tell you why I remember that picture of you 2007 killer. I am horrible with names. And for years, I couldn't figure out why I was horrible with names. I figured I'm getting old, I'm getting senile, I'm getting fucking Alzheimer's or something. That was in my 30s. So I'm like, why is it that whenever I met somebody new. I said, hi, my name's Torrance. They'd say, hi, my name is whatever. We'd start talking about something, and right away I'd forget their name. Occasionally at work, I find myself looking at somebody's name tag because I can't remember their name. And it took me some time to figure it out. I can't remember names because I'm a visual thinker. Now, those who aren't visual thinkers have no idea what I'm talking about, but those who are visual thinkers know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm a visual thinker. My mind works visually. I have to see things. So, if I'm looking at somebody and they introduce me and I write their name down, then I won't forget it. So, the reason why I remember that picture, 2007 Killer, light skin, short hair, right? Is because you showed me a picture and I linked the picture and your name, and I'll never forget it. And when I'm 80, I'll never forget that picture of that fat fuck QL that he posted on Warzone number 393. I'm just joking.
We'll be in the nursing home pinching nurses' asses. That's what we'll be doing.
Renee God, this name, Renee Covarrubias. I swear, I just when I think I have it, I forget it. I'm still playing the Batman games from PS3 and Xbox. You know, it's comforting for me to see that some of my fans are in the same boat than I am, where they're still playing old shit because they just don't have time. Jamal says people only find QL annoying when he's on the sauce. Renee says barely beat the first Batman game. Badass game. I'm still working on the first Batman game. I got them all, and as dope as the last Batman game was, I can't touch it until I beat all the other Batman games, including the non Warner Brothers or the non who's the company that makes the Batman games? Sucker Nuts. Whoever makes the Batman games. There was a non Sucker Nuts game that people like. Oh, that's not canon because it wasn't made by this developer. I even want to play that. Facial tats is fucking nasty. They can use skin bleaching cream like Sammy Sosa. That's hilarious.
Poor Sammy.
That's hilarious.
Poor Sammy Sosa, man.
Okay. He looks like he's trying to outdo Di Antwood. He doesn't even have a lot of tats.
Yeah, below his face, there's not a lot of tats below
Whoa,
his face.
who's the guy in this picture in the back? What the fuck is this shit? He looks like a demon.
He is a demon. This
like
guy.
that's and don't let me now. Just hold on a minute. I do love tattoos. I love tatted up chicks. Anybody here ever go to Suicide Girls?
Look, dude, tatted up chicks are the fucking #1 sign to get out of a fucking relationship or not get into one.
Suicide.
More tats, the more chances that your relationship is going to be fucked.
If you haven't heard of suicidegirls.com, I've been a fan of this place since it started. Now it's fucking huge. Oh, Suicide Girls Black Heart Burlesque, Boston, Mass. Buy tickets. Hold up.
No, you're going to be going there. You better stream that shit,
Hold
bro.
on. Black Hearts Burlesque is the sexiest, smartest, geekiest, and most definitive pop culture burlesque show featuring none other than the Suicide Girls themselves. The show has been performed hundreds of times, delighted millions of fans in over 6 countries, and has been touring since 2003. Don't miss your chance to see it during the 2019 U.S. tour. Suicide Girls has been redefining beauty since 2001 with its network of over 3,000 Suicide Girls and almost 9 million pinup-style photographs on the premier members-only social network, Suicide Girls. I used to subscribe to this place. Check out blackheartsburlesque.com. I'll link that right now. Hold on. But before I go there, Suicide Girls. Check this out if you've never been to suicidegirls.com. Grab some tissues and get ready. Man, stop posting these white rappers, man. I haven't seen you post.
I gotta post these motherfucking YouTube rappers.
I haven't seen you post one black rapper yet.
Look, you want me to get Screwface Gene? I'll get some Screwface Gene. He's one of my favorite motherfuckers on.
And I'm just joking. I don't really care. So, blackheartburlesque.com. I will go to this. Oh, shit. They got any screenshots? I am there. I'm going. Comic-Con meets burlesque nerd orgy. I am there.
Wasn't that one girl that everybody fucking hated during the Gamergate shit? She was a Suicide Squad girl, wasn't she?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty fucking sure she was.
Nah, she didn't look Suicide Squad girl.
I think she was.
No, I don't think so. She was a game developer.
Well, she was Suicide Squad.
Nah,
girl.
you can say that. I think you're giving her too much credit. By
Look,
saying
I
that.
saw some titty shots and I saw some other shots.
Any girl with tattoos that shows her tits isn't a suicide girl. You got to be on the site.
She was on the site. She was on the site. I'm pretty fucking sure she was on the site.
I got to start shooting nudes again. I get so inspired by this stuff. Got my new camera. I need to break it in.
Break it in.
Everybody here has seen my nudes, right?
No, I don't want to see your nudes, bro.
You've never seen my nudes?
No, I've not seen your nudes.
Not nudes of me, you dumb shit.
I'm just fucking with you, bro. I know what you're talking about.
If you want to see my nudes, go to deviantart.com/tordavis or torrance.davis.com. Actually, I don't think I posted the nudes on torrance.davis.com, but there's some good pictures up there. But if you go to deviantart.com/tordavis, I have nudes up there. And I'm looking to put some new stuff up there. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. This is episode 393. There are now 7 episodes left until the end of the Warzone and the end of my video game journalism career. If you want to see me, I will be occasionally on the Throwdown with Tony Palenko and crew. Oh, Jesus Christ. That Screwface Gene. I knew you were going to give me some whack-ass looking motherfucker.
No, the dude is actually pretty cool. That's a disc.
I'll know when I hear him. Okay, he's got a little bit of skills. Yeah.
He's from fucking the middle of nowhere, so Nebraska.
I almost did 2 fucking hours tonight. What the fuck happened?
It's like half the size of your old shows. Remember
what the hell? I almost did fucking 2 hours. What the fuck is going on? It's been 1 hour and 46 minutes.
Drunk Quill in the fucking show.
I should have been asleep right now. What the fuck? It does help when there's somebody to bounce ideas off of. I'm assuming you talked to Freddie. Freddie said, I can't make it tonight. Can you make it? I really wanted to hear what Freddie had to say about the...
Who's this white chick with nice tits, man, in your fucking DeviantArts?
Which
blonde
one?
Blonde hair, giant titties.
Blonde hair, giant titties.
Yeah.
Somebody hacked my account? I don't remember doing any blondes. Hold on.
She's not nude. She's got like a white shirt, like half falling off of her
White
shoulders.
shirt, blonde. Why do I not know what this picture is?
I'm looking at it, bro. She's
Hold on a second.
I call them were like...
Oh, is it one of my Comic-Con pictures?
I don't think so, man.
Link the picture. Link the picture in Deviant in the Discord. I don't even know what I have on my fucking site.
You're over there like
which gallery is it in?
I don't even know, man. I'm just looking at
You're there, dude.
Why is it show? Is that somebody else's shit that's showing up on your fucking DeviantArt?
Yeah, that's because when you post up a picture,
it says Tor Davis' favorites. It's your favorites. It's your favorites.
It's one of my favorites. Okay, so let me tell you something about me. Okay.
You like white chicks?
I like all women. It's all pink inside. I don't care whether you're from Africa, Europe, India, or fucking Polynesia. It's all pink inside. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Okay. I love all women. If we discover an alien planet and they have green women up there, I'll like them too. There's certain things that are aesthetically pleasing to me. Okay. Now you look at this woman. She's not a 10. You know, I'd probably say face-wise, she's probably a 6. Okay? But those lines, the way those breasts droop and the way that t-shirt fits on her right there, I was like, oh shit, that's dope. So I made it one of my favorites. Those big fucking gazongas. Oh Jesus. They're fucking huge. And just the way the shirt lies on them and everything, I was like, oh, that's a dope photo. And I was pissed because there were no other photos of her in this shirt in this guy's gallery. I'm like, you fucking asshole. But anyway,
I know, that's a fucking
stick to my motherfucking pictures, okay?
I'm looking at this Alexandra one chick, man, with this Is that fucking Zelda fucking tattoo of
Oh yeah. She's got
above her hoops?
she's got a Triforce tattoo. I was
Yeah.
amazed. I was surprised. Like I didn't know she was a geek, and then everything came off, and I start looking. I'm like, that's a fucking Triforce tattoo. She's like, yep. I'm like, holy shit. Tor, if you here we go. Tor, if your channel had at least 100,000 subscribers, would you actually continue this? Let me touch on that because I know a lot of people are disappointed that I'm going to be done with the Warzone soon. If we had 100,000 visits a day to Shut the Fuck Up and Play, Shut the Fuck Up and Play would probably still exist. Just so you know. If I had 100,000 people that listen to this every day, especially on YouTube, I'd be making a significant amount of cash from this every week. I'm not one to throw money away, and I'm not saying that I'm not getting anything out of this. I still enjoy streaming and talking to you guys and everything, but I've done it long enough where I'm ready to move on to the next thing. Because you have things in life that please you, like fishing pleases me. I can fish until I die. I've been doing radio since 2006, I think it was. And I always loved radio. I always wanted to do radio. I love radio. But it's just it's getting old. It's gotten old, you know? And if you don't enjoy something as much as you used to, that's when it's time to step out, you know? And I don't enjoy this as much. While I did enjoy this believe it or not, I did enjoy this iteration of Warzone better than the old one, even though a lot of people prefer the old one because all the arguments and shit. I kind of like this format better than the old one. Because I'm able to get my information and my knowledge out to you guys without arguing about somebody's fucking TV. Not to just hip hop gamer, but anytime I love. Look, listen, I love hip hop gamer. I love him. Okay, I do. But whenever I was trying to get a point across, and he would bring it down to, well, not on my TV, it would kind of change the fucking flow of the conversation. I'm trying to educate people with this and this. I'm trying to tell them why motion flow is not good for gaming. And he's saying that it is good, especially on my TV. Then people really aren't understanding what I mean. And anybody who's ever had motion flow turned on the TV that's played games know that when you play games with motion flow on, it fucks up your graphics. You see all these little fucking square pixels and shit all around your characters. Now maybe today's TVs you see it less, but back then, every time I saw that when I was playing fast-paced games, I'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with my TV?" I said, "Maybe it's the Xbox," and I'd switch over to PlayStation. Same thing would happen on PlayStation, and that's when I found out that it was motion flow that was doing that. So when I turned it off, everything's great. So when I'm trying to educate people on why motion flow, number one, motion flow was never created for video games. It was created for movies. It really wasn't even created for movies. It was created for high action TV, which is sports. Because when you had sports and you didn't have motion flow and everything was still interlaced, you'd get blur. If you want your sports to look clearer, motion flow helped fix that. Well, even in today's TVs, they still have motion flow, even though that most broadcasts are now 1080p. The TVs are still coming with motion flow for any of those broadcasts that don't have all that stuff. So it was never, ever, ever made for video games. So yeah, in some situations like a cinematic scene or something that moves slower, it did make the Jamal says they was listening to it. They play on PC now. It did make it look smoother, but when you actually played the game, and I even showed Hip Hop Gamer this when I was over his house. I was like, look at the character. Look at all that weird shit that's happening around the character's body, because the background and the character, when the motion flow works, it just fucks. I can't even explain it, but it got really pixely. How can you be staunch about the quality of your graphics and accept that? It's just, how can you accept that? So I'm trying to explain this to people, and he comes in and says, "Not on my TV," and it kind of switch the tide of the conversation, and I can never get my point across or never actually inform people about why motion flow was bad for games. That's just one example. And then everybody wanted to have a voice. That drove me fucking crazy. When you got when you got a room at the time, sometimes I'd have a room with 72 people in it. Right? 72. This is why Batman was crazy. As you may notice, I haven't Batmaned anybody in over a year. The reason why I started Batmaning people is because everybody wanted to have a voice, and everybody would just pop in and start talking about something whenever they wanted to. Or if somebody had a beef with me or disagreement with me, they would come in and they'd say something. And a lot of times, if their disagreement didn't make sense or they were misinforming people, I'd have to cut them off and Batman them so they'd shut up. That's where Batman came from.
You Batman me for no reason at all before.
Recently, right?
I think the last time I was on.
Yeah. You're the only person.
Remember when you first started the server, you Batman me, but I couldn't get back on because of the server rules?
Yeah, because when you kick somebody off, it wouldn't let them on. I was just about to Batman you again, but I forgot about that. So, yeah, I like this version of the Warzone better than the old one. But I do like the fact that more people listen to the old one. But I didn't like coming on here every week, and the arguments got old. People jumping in because everybody had to have a voice. It got old. Long-winded. People would come in that were long-winded. They couldn't make a fucking point. It used to drive me fucking crazy. And although I love being an asshole sometimes, and I wear that on my chest, I couldn't just cut people off. I had to let them get their point across. So when you have somebody that's super long-winded and doesn't know how to get a point across, it would drive me fucking insane. There were times, and you didn't know this, nobody knew this. I'm going to reveal something to you. I may have revealed this before. There are times when people would get on the mic and start talking, and I have fallen asleep during the show. I have literally been sitting at my console like this. It was just a doze off. It wasn't like good night. It was just a doze off. So I would doze off. And then I'd snap out of it, because that's what you do when you're dozing off. And then you snap out of it. And they still wouldn't be done talking. All because I didn't want to be rude and cut them off. And I got to a certain point where, like, okay, dude, you got to make your point. You know? And Jagon, I used to love Jagon's part of the show, because to me it was just so interesting that this guy from Saudi Arabia was so into the technology of fucking gaming. He like, a lot of people couldn't stand him. He never bored me. Whenever he came on, whenever he did his little Jagon, I was like, what's going on with Jagon today? You know, I want to hear what he had. I want to hear his perspective on things. I don't know what I love listening to him. So, but anyway, so as somebody said, somebody just said it, posting that he's still in my DeviantArt getting a hard on. Zandria said, all good things must come to an end, unfortunately. Think of it as like the last episode of Game of Thrones is coming up. Except it's going to be good. Emery says, once somebody throws reality out of an argument and they just want to win, even if they're wrong, then the argument just won't mean anything. Exactly. I remember, I hate using Hip Hop Gamer as examples, because he was like my co-host at the time. So at one of the very first PAX East, me and Hip Hop Gamer got into an argument about Batman, the original Batman Arkham Asylum. And he said that the PlayStation 3 version of Batman Arkham Asylum looked better than the PC version. Even with the extra NVIDIA stuff. You know, the cloth and the clothes and the cape. And I was like, how can you fucking say that? That doesn't make any fucking sense. So we got into this argument at PAX East. I'm like, dude, you're out of your... He's like, I'll show you on my TV. I'm like, there is no fucking way that Batman on PS3 looks better than the PC. And I was trying to explain to him that it can't look better simply because just based on resolution, it can't look better than the PC version, right? We're in the press room at PAX East. Some other pony was sitting in there and overheard our conversation, and he says, yeah, the PlayStation 3 version does look better than the PC version. I wanted to slap the shit out of this guy. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? What the fuck do you... I really wanted to go... We were in the press room. I had to be professional. I lost it for a second. I really wanted to go in on this guy. I wanted to be like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you, number one? Right? And what are you talking about? Where are you getting your information from? I mean, I know Hip Hop Gamer is Hip Hop Gamer, but who the fuck are you, and how can you even say it? Have you even played the PC version yet? Right? And I had the PC version. So I knew, you know? So I told him, I was trying to explain to Hip Hop that just based on the resolution, the PC version looks better. You can't tell me that a game, let me see here. A game that's 720p looks better than a game that's 1080p. If you just, I don't care if it's a pixelated indie developer game or well, I don't care what game it is. If you take one that's 720p and then one that's 1080p, so it's sharper, you can't tell me that the PlayStation version looked better than the PC.
Look, Sony even said that it made a difference. People play better at 1080p. They even said those are words directly out of the mouth of Sony leadership.
Yeah, but okay, that doesn't change anything for me. I don't care what Sony and Microsoft have to say. All I care about is what I'm seeing on my screen and what the actual resolution is. So we got into a debate about that, and so I'm like, are people out there really believing this? Are people that never played the PC version believing what he's saying? You know, is this asshole in the press room also spreading this false information? And I'm just, that shit used to drive me fucking crazy. But it always made things interesting, you know? But yeah, people, it was just at that point, the old show got annoying. So after I ended the old show and came back, you know, I made some changes. You know, I've talked about this before. But I want to move on. I want to do something else. I don't like really discussing. As you can see, that I skip a lot of weeks. I don't do a show. If I don't have anything to talk about, I don't do a show. Obviously, there's a lot of cool stuff that happened this week, so there's plenty to talk about. But it's just, and I would definitely like to do a show during the launch of the next generation consoles. So there will be a show. Like I said, I'll probably be on the Throwdown. If I'm not on the Throwdown, I could easily hop up here and do a stream on the new consoles. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. I probably will do that. So it's not like I'm going to be gone forever. But there are other things I want to do. I want to take pictures of boobies. You know, I want to do film. And the way the brain works, it's hard for me to focus on so many things. Like I said, I've cut down on my video gaming due to other things I'm doing in my life. It's hard to do a ton of different things. You got to pick things that you really want to focus on. You got to stick with that. My focus for doing the Warzone is come to an end. I just can't focus on this show anymore. If 100,000 people were listening, it would be a lot easier for me to focus on this show because
you'd be making money.
I'd be making a significant amount of income. I would be able to do more if 100,000 people were listening into the show. I'd be able to do more giveaways, even though I could do more giveaways now. But I'd be able to do more crazy things, you know, like more giveaways and stuff. I'm going to do a lot of giveaways on the last episode, but I used to love doing that shit. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to do that I haven't done. You know, but I don't want to say that the only reason I was doing this was for the money. As you know, I never did this for the money because I was doing this before you could make money doing this. And when I came back and started doing this on YouTube, I didn't do it for the money. You know, I did the Patreon, which was totally separate, you know, and that Patreon enabled me to pay some bills, thanks to everybody who did it. But it's not why I do this. But if you got 100,000 or more people listening to you every week, you can't just say bye. I mean, that doesn't mean that the people...
Even Gamertag Radio is still going.
Yeah. But I mean, that doesn't mean that the people listening to the show now are any less worth it. You are worth it to me. That's why I've done it this long. But I think it's a little easier to retire and walk away when your numbers are low as opposed to when your numbers are high. And it sucks. It sucks to even say that. It's a real tough question to answer, and it sucks to even say that. But if 100,000 people were in here, I mean, if you think about it, I ended the first Warzone when I had a chat server that was 80 people strong every Friday. 80, which at the time was peak. 80 people strong. And I ended the show. So, and I can't say I wouldn't have ended it if I had 100,000 back then because I was so frustrated with it. Right now, I'm not really frustrated with the show. I think it's been great, and I'm going to end it on a high note. It's just that the way my mind works, the fact that I'm still doing it, and this is going to sound stupid, but it gets in the way of me doing other things. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying right now, got to do the Warzone. I can't just say, all right, it's time to start doing film. Film means every weekend I'm working 12 to 13 hours a day on films and music videos. I can't do that and still do the Warzone. You know what I'm saying?
I still think you should have started doing reactions. Everybody would want to see that shit.
You know, people have said that.
It don't take long, dude. Just do it like off the cuff. Just film it.
Right.
Put a fucking intro and an exit and just say,
but
fuck
here's the thing, Q. I don't want to do reactions. I think you have to want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't you like listening to music or watching a video, right?
Well, you know what? I guess there are times when I'm like, oh, let me check this out. And I watch it and I'm like, oh, this is bullshit.
Yeah. Dude, some of your best videos were your Ranosauruses. Dude, everybody fucking was like, oh, Ranosaurus. And they put that date up on their fucking calendars.
Just let everybody know there will be a Ranosaurus for the next Star Wars movie. So put that on your schedule. Let me read some of these. Dirty Bird. Let me finish. Let me finish, goddammit. 2006. I kind of remember that because you kept saying, okay, but what's your point? Tegra! Okay, so Jamal says, oh God, fighting over buttons or joystick inputs on fight night. That shit was funny with the Batman. Hip Hop Gamer was a big PlayStation fan back then, but he plays PC now and he praises PC now. How the world has changed. Yeah, look what it took to get him to see the light.
It took
him an entire fucking generation.
It just took a big company to buy a fucking high-end PC for him.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I think he kind of knew before that, but he started pushing it when he got his PC. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad he saw the light. He got a gaming laptop, changed his life. How about a show just for Cyberpunk 2077? It's coming out after Warzone and before that, and before the next gen console release. Oh, you want to hear what you want my impressions on Cyberpunk? What if I stream it and then give you impressions while I'm playing it? How's that for a reaction? If I put the game in for the first time and I'm playing it and you get my reactions to the first, like dope shit, you know? Like
doing a small bit of editing, just editing like the beginning. And
then shit! Look at this fucking gun, man! No. There was loyal fans back then.
Titties. What the fuck? You replacing vagina with the fucking dick? What the fuck is this game about?
Everybody's old now. You had to kick people out. Yes, I had to kick people out just so I could come in the room and host the fucking show. It was insane back then. But you got to understand, back then, there wasn't a lot of content like this. Now you got YouTube, you got all these streamers, you got Weapon Wheel, you know, so...
Fucking Weapon Wheel.
Weapon Wheel's basically the new old Warzone, if you think about it. All they do is get on there and scream at each other. They come out with this list of great topics, and they're always arguing and beefing about shit. It's hilarious. Oh, wait. I gotta bring something up that I forgot to mention. So, Kidsmooth. Did everybody hear what happened to Kidsmooth?
No, what happened?
His Xbox account got banned.
Really? For what?
I guess some guy sent him a message and was talking shit to him, so he called him a bitch, and that guy reported him to Microsoft, so Microsoft banned his Xbox Live account.
Oh, it's just a temporary ban.
I don't care. It's fucking hilarious because he was having a meltdown on Twitter. He was having a meltdown.
You can't fucking be doing that shit in 2019, bro.
Oh my God. Ruben in Arizona, hold up, time out, stop the press. Are you fucking kidding me? I gotta link this to everybody. Ruben just sent me something to Twitter. Wait, nobody ever... Wait, Emery... Did Emery answer... Emery, I didn't know if you answered the question how you feel when you post something and I start cracking up. Did you answer that? I don't think you did. Oh, he says, it's cool. It feels good. Wait, I got to read some stuff in here. So, Zandria says, sounds like hip-hop gamer. I respect his hustle, but he was an idiot about things. Emery says, Tor, when I was a kid, one of the few reliable automatic 9mm pistols around was the CZ75, and to this day, people swear that gun shoots better than it does, just because they remember when it was one of the safe bets to buy. Reputation is a thing that is stronger than rational thinking and specs. People turn a brand into a magic word because of this stuff. That's why they think Sony had special powers. You tell them how Unreal Engine has features turned off on PS3 and running faster and smoother turned on a PC, and they can't process it. They fight the truth because they can't handle the truth. They can't handle the truth when it deviates from what they think. Even Mike Madden laughed at that. So yeah, look at this video. Thanks, Ruben. I think I was talking about the other day how people post stuff, and people would post stuff during the war zone, not to make me laugh, but to fuck me up. Like, Big Boss always used to post titties. And it would, like, I would be on a thought about how memory bandwidth was important in gaming or some shit like that, and I'm going through all the details, and boom, he posts some tits, and I completely stopped my thought to look at these titties, and it fucks me up for about 5 minutes. Dude used to love doing that shit to me. He's like, fucking throwing some chaos into the show. Just disrupting things. Throwing some titties on the screen. What the fuck is this? But oh, look at the kitties. You said gazongas. Look at those fucking gazongas. Man, those are fucking huge. I don't even know if I can, like, enjoy those. I think she's got ass implants, too.
Did they not give me the right one?
I've actually seen a girl in real life with tits that big. That's like implant extreme. I don't know if I can enjoy those. Like, if I was going to go with implant tits, like playing around with implant tits, they'd have to be smaller implant tits than that. They'd have to be like a normal size implant tit for me to even enjoy it. I don't know if I can enjoy those. And she's not bad looking. But I'm just like, I don't know, man. There's a point where it's too extreme. I guess that would be good for titty fucking. But they don't really look like they're part of her, and I think that's what takes it away. And yes, we can't help but look at her, but I'm not looking at her because it's turning me on. I'm looking at her because it's weird. I don't know why you threw this at me during the show, Ruben. Fuck you. You totally fucked me. Oh, look at all the aminals. This cat's like, what the fuck? Make the nipples 3 inches long and maybe. Yes, exactly. Give me something to work with. I think you got it right, dude. Make big nipples, and I think that makes the difference on those. The nipples definitely make the difference. Will you cut it with the cute cat pics? Oh my god! I'm gonna get you. That is so funny. Anyway, okay. Let's switch over to the Jeezy cam. Dun, dun, dun. Thank everybody for listening tonight. Maybe I'll see you next week. Maybe I won't. Depends on what happens. Imagine if I didn't have all these weeks off. The show would already be over. If you think about it, the show would be done. So I'm stretching it out. I'm stretching it out. But I'm going to tell you right now, you do not want to miss the last show. You want to be here. I'm going to be giving prizes away. I'm going to be giving games away. Who knows what else I might give away? Maybe something that plays games. You want to be here for the last show. I'm going to ask you all kinds of questions about old episodes and games and technologies. If you get them right, you can win stuff. People that won't be allowed to win stuff are people that have hosted at least 3 shows with me. So that leaves you and Freddie out, Ice out. No, I'm just joking. I'll see you.